Hey there everyone, I am so excited to be back with you today for Coffee with Roy. If you don't know, I'm Roy Powell with Team Diva at Coldwell Banker Bain, and I help buyers and sellers make their home dreams a reality. And once a month, I make a cup of coffee and share some insights about Seattle's real estate market. Since this market is still wild and we haven't even seen the first day of spring, I think it's the perfect time to talk about the right strategy for you to buy a house in this wild Seattle real estate market. But first, let's talk coffee. Today's coffee is the San Sebastian Reserva blend from Olympia Roasters. It's a light, bright, and drinkable blend, perfect for a wet March morning. We are super busy these days with the Seattle real estate market, and that doesn't leave a ton of time for making fancy coffee. So I'm here at home today making coffee in my kitchen with our Mocha Master drip coffee machine. This was a housewarming gift from Rocky a few years back, and I use it every day. Perfect. Now that we have some coffee, let's start talking about that demand rate to measure how the Seattle real estate market is doing. I said last time that the demand rate can change neighborhood by neighborhood and day by day. So let's look at what the March Seattle real estate market brings us for our report today. For a full refresher, check out last month's video breaking down why demand rate is so important. I'll put a link in the notes below. Today, luxury single-family homes, which are $3 million or above, are at a demand rate of 2.83, which is very much a buyer's market. If you're looking for luxury homes, there are plenty to pick from. For single-family homes right now, the demand rate is 0.40, which is way down from last month. This means there are roughly 2.25 buyers for every single home in Seattle. And for Seattle condos, we're at a demand rate of 0.75, which is just down a little bit from last month. This translates to just over 1.25 buyer per condo. Now let's get down to the new business of what it looks like to work in this Seattle real estate market. We have been working with a ton of buyers over here at Team Diva, and everyone has been experiencing a frustrating lack of overall inventory. This lack of inventory is currently pushing the trend of single-family homes new to market selling for 20 to 40% over asking. And it's not just a specific neighborhood area, because we're seeing this trend across the Puget Sound. So swapping a different location does not exactly get us away from this trend. I've seen this trend show up as far north as Everett and as far south as Olympia. So how do we navigate this real estate market that we have right now in Seattle? Well, my pal Kim says, size, condition, location, pick two. In this market, sometimes you need to pick one and stick with it. The goal is to get the house that fits your needs right now. Your first home doesn't need to be your forever home. And frankly, the cost of housing is trending up at a very quick pace. So we need to make sure the price you're willing to pay fits the cost of the home you want. If you're a first-time home buyer, just making the move from renting to owning can be a big enough step for now. You don't necessarily need to go from a 1-bedroom apartment to a 4-bedroom house when maybe a 2-bedroom condo will work for the next few years. Or maybe in order to stay in the location you want, you need to consider townhouses instead of single-family homes. In a market such as this, you should really consider your priorities before turning down a great option, because that great option might be the best fit for now. Everyone wants a mother-in-law space, but how often does your mother-in-law actually come to visit? Is that time enough to justify spending an additional $200,000? Sometimes the answer is yes, but you need to think about what it is for you. So let's talk about a few strategies to help you navigate this market as a buyer. The first strategy that I see most people take is the chase the market strategy. This means you're trying to win every pretty house that comes on the market, which means racing from new listing to new listing as soon as they pop up. And you try to get in an early offer, or you try and compete with the 10 plus offers that are likely to be on each home right now. Don't get me wrong, this strategy can work, but truthfully, you need a lot of money and you need to be ready to put yourself in very risky situations like waiving your financing, your title, or even your inspection contingency. This strategy is not for the faint of heart, and it can lead to more articles about millennials having buyer's remorse just after closing. I don't want that. I want to make sure that you are making educated decisions and not getting caught up in an auction mentality. The next strategy is kind of a wild one. I call it the shotgun approach. When we look at an overall market, we see that not every home sells for a ton of money over asking, with 10 plus offers. Some are unicorns and some are not. With that information, you could adopt the strategy of writing on every single house at your price point. If you were to write on every single home at your price point, the odds are you would win 10% of all the homes at or near asking price. The home you win may not be very fancy, and this strategy may lead very quickly to burnout, but it's one approach that I see some buyers take. I personally wouldn't bet on 10% odds of winning in the Seattle real estate market, just saying. This next strategy is actually one of my favorites, and we like to call it the wait and pounce strategy. Maybe your down payment isn't as competitive against other buyers who are able to waive financing. I suggest you breathe and don't get too amped about every single alert for every new home that comes to market. Instead, I set up a search for you for homes that have been on the market for more than 10 days. Offer review dates are set up to push all buyers to compete against each other. When buyers don't like the pressure, they don't write. For some homes that don't receive any offers on offer review date, their list price goes from 20% over asking to just list price. And the longer it's on the market, the more likely you're able to win the home. I love this strategy for a lot of my clients right now. This strategy does take time, and we don't always have homes to see every week. But as a market grows in inventory, some homes slip through the cracks. If you don't believe me, I'm happy to put you in touch with lucky clients who this has worked for. Sometimes if a home has been on the market for a long time, we can even schedule our own inspection of the home so you know exactly what you're buying and we don't have to use the seller-provided inspection. If the above options aren't working for you, or they just don't sound like the type of market you want to take a part in, that's okay. And if you want to sit it out for a while, that's not a problem. Not every market is hot forever, but keep in mind that while you wait, prices and interest rates will go up. All I ask is that you continue to save as much money as you can. While you're stepping away from the market, try on your new mortgage payment for a few months. Put the difference between your new mortgage lifestyle and your current lifestyle into a high return savings account and save, save, save. I'm not going to throw out tropes of avocado toast and lattes, but give me a call and let's get you pre-approved with a lender that will help you navigate which bills to pay down and which debt is okay to let float so that we can get you to where 2023 is your year. So there are my top strategies for how to navigate this current Seattle real estate market as a buyer. There are a lot more nuances than what I've been able to give you in the past few minutes, but just know that I'm here for you, as is the rest of the team, to help you navigate the best time and strategy for finding your next home. Thank you for sharing a cup of coffee with me, and make sure to like and subscribe and let me know your takeaways from this video. And if you have someone who can benefit from this info, share the video with them. If you have something you want to know more about, share that with me too. And if this video wasn't helpful, then let me know what coffee you're drinking. Cheers! I just can't believe there's less inventory than last month.
Unbelievable. Man. Unbelievable. I was like, hang in there, kids. Hang in there.